Welcome to Global Rhythms Live, World Music and Dance Digital Concert Series presented by Ensemble Topaz.
Hi everyone! It's with great joy that we welcome you to the 24th edition of Global Rhythms Live, World Music and Dance Digital Concert. I'm Paramita, co-artistic director and choreographer of Ensemble Topaz, a Toronto-based integrated music and dance ensemble. And it's my great joy and honor, along with Mike Enkelwitz, to present to you this week's edition of Global Rhythms Live. Each week, we feature different artists performing different genres of world music, dance, and performance traditions from around the world. Joining me in Studio Topaz is Mike Enkelwitz, musician, composer, and music director for Ensemble Topaz, as well as several other music projects here in Toronto, and he is also faculty member at the Royal Conservatory of Music in Toronto. He is also our managing technical director for Global Rhythms Live.
Thank you for joining us today, and thank you, Paramita. And welcome to another edition of Global Rhythms Live. Today is the 24th edition of the World Music and Dance Digital Concert. For us, we are using this medium to allow artists to express their arts in a way, hopefully, that they can keep doing throughout this pandemic time. As well, we're also trying to help bring their stories to everybody out there. And we're also asking everybody that if you can, please donate to the artists. You can donate. You'll see the on the screen a little bit later, but you'll see the ensemble.topaz@gmail.com email. That's where you can send any e-transfers or PayPal donations too. So it's ensemble.topaz@gmail.com.
Please note that if you're joining us on Facebook, you do have the option of turning the captions off. The captions are auto-generated by Facebook, which is fantastic for accessibility, but just so you know, they are not subtitles and they are not translations. So sometimes if there's a song in a different language or a word in a different language, it tries to go by the sound of that and correlate it to English. So we wanted to let you know that these captions are auto-generated, not generated by us, and you do have on your end the option of turning them off if you wish. And now we'd like to introduce our first artist for today's edition of Global Rhythms Live, Nana Valajam. Director, dance artist, and writer, Nana Valajam was born in Iran and is the founder of the Aura Group in Iran and is currently based in Canada. In addition to being a dance performer, she is also a choreographer and director of physical theater productions. In her work, she is inspired by mythology and rituals and uses the semiotics of old cultures in her productions and performances. Her credits include adapting the Avesta, the Zoroastrian sacred book, to contemporary dance and physical theater productions staged in Armenia, Georgia, Malaysia, and Canada. Her production, choreography, and direction credits also include Child of the Darkness, The Wind, Dance with the Sea, Creations, Patet, Growth, The Wisdom, Do You Remember Me, and Wedlock. Being a newcomer to Canada, she has already performed and staged a number of events and projects in Canada, including at Her Voice Festival, Inclusive Arts Festival, Break the Silence series, hosted by Artists and Artisans Development and Network, and also a number of projects for the Zoroastrian community in Canada. She has also authored books about myths and poetry books, including Arash and 22 Mythical Stories, The Light Stories in Old Persia, Kindness, the Buddhist Text, and Forever. We are truly excited to have her and her work with us for Global Rhythms Live 24th edition. So here is Nana with her first dance, Crazy Man's Love Story. Please.
میترسم از این کشور خوزیده خوشبخت بیدار بشم این طرف مرز نباشی تو خود زمین باشم و بارونی و گندم بیدار بشم اما کشاورز نباشی میترسم از اینجا بری و خونه برم له شد تو به معماری آوار بخندی آواره بشم مملکتم دست تو باشه هیها اگر ارتش موهات نبندی دیوانه چه دیوانه ببیند خوشش آید میترسم از اون لحظه که دیوانه نباشی عزیزم بر خونم یک عمر کسی در بزن خونه نباشی ایجاد شدی توی تنم قصه بحران
So, Nana, can you tell us a little bit about your very exciting dance training and your dance training in Iran and also in Armenia, because you've done such amazing work in both places. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Okay. I told you about my story, my life story. I started to dance in my motherland country in Iran when I was child, but I teach really dance to dance when I was 16 years old, and it was a new season in my life. It was very important for me, very good experience for me, because my mother was dancing too, and she loves dance, but she couldn't continue to dancing because about the Persian culture, the religion in our country, and some stuff. Um, she cannot continue, but I'm I'm very lucky, I can continue dancing, and I'm dancer now. I'm a choreographer. I'm happy. I'm lucky.
That's amazing. What a story. It's incredible. And you were telling us a little bit about your work in Armenia and at the festivals you attended. Was it the Haifas festival?
Yeah,
You
hi
were,
first.
yeah.
Yeah, hi first. I work. I was working with Harvest Festival. The Harvest Festival is the international performing arts festival in Armenia, and I think it's a huge festival because a lot of art groups come to Armenia and show their performances. Um, my friends Albert, my best friends Albert, and his wife Lydia, um, helping me to join the Harvest Festival, and I started to work with Harvest. Yeah, and I attended a lot of workshops in Harvest and many workshops to dance um, uh, near the Harvest in Yerevan, and I learned I learned to dance. Yeah,
That's
contemporary dance.
That's amazing. It's amazing. And in your choreography, which I find so exciting, some of the, I mean, you have so many themes you work with, but one of the very exciting themes is this ancient Iranian legends and myths. And yeah, can you tell us a little bit about these themes that inspire you in your different work?
Oh, I know about traditional Persian because I was traveling and trip to many cities, many villages, and a lot of places of Iran.
Mhm.
And I watched a lot of kinds of traditional dance in my motherland country, my motherland, and um, I have a lot of amazing traditional dances in Iran. I learned about movements, about body language, and about um, body semiotics, ritual semiotics, and movement traditional dance. And I'm using this sign and semiotics in my artwork.
Fascinating. You are just doing such incredible work, Nana.
Oh,
It's
thank you so much.
absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about the two dances that you've performed for us today? And yeah, if you could tell us a little bit about how you made these dances and a little bit about what these dances are about.
Uh, I dance, improvise. I have no choreography in my mind because I think about the actual dance. You can feel, you can sense the space, the music, and you can feel the some of items around yourself, and after that you start to dance, you
Yeah.
know. And I do that when I start to dance. I feel the some of items, some of uh, help me. I learned
Yeah,
the
no,
word.
your movement coming from your improvisation. That's amazing.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah, about
Yeah,
sounds, music,
yeah.
waves,
Yes.
maybe smell, maybe taste,
So, yeah,
the
all the
movements,
impulses. Yeah,
yeah, the movements have colors, the movement have smells, the movement have taste. I,
fantastic.
I tried to feel this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we would love to hear about something that really inspires you in language and in words and in dance. Can you share something for us?
Yeah. About my work, I adapted Avesta, an old holy book, to contemporary dance and physical theater. And I search and research about old Persian words and old culture, Persian culture, especially Zoroastrian culture. And uh, we called the dance in Persian language. We called vaz or vazik. The vaz or vazik word, it means fly. When you can dance, when you can was or wazik, you can fly. I think it's very important in our culture, in Persian culture.
It's very amazing that you're doing this, and it's fascinating how you're bringing some aspect of traditional Iranian culture or even Iranian songs into dialogue with and even modern Iranian songs into dialogue with this very, very contemporary way of choreographing, or I should say, movement generation, not necessarily choreography, but generating movement, creating movement in space. It's absolutely fascinating to hear about your process. And thank you so much. A very quick question for you, Nana. Are both of the dances that you shared with us, are these both improvised using this brilliant improv method? Are they both improvised?
Yes, team
Fascinating.
music, yeah, for team music.
Fascinating. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate your beautiful dancing as well as you sharing so much about your incredible journey into the arts with us. Thank you so, so much for
Thank
joining
you
us
so
today.
much. Nice to meet
Great.
you, and thank you so
Yeah.
much.
گداره اولین نقش نقش نقشم نگاره گداره دومی مخمل بپوشم گداره سومی دیدیم دیداره یاره گل زردم همه دردم ز جفای تو شکوه نکردم تو بیا تا دور تو گردم ای یار جانی یار جانی دوباره بر نمیگردد دیگر جوانی ای بانوی من بیا یکدم بنشین رو زانوی من بیا تا گندم یک خوشه باشیم بیا تا آب یک خونه باشیم یکی صوفی شبی من در خرابات یکی جارو کش خونه باشیم گل زردم همه دردم ز جفای تو شکوه نکردم تو بیا تا دور تو گردم
Thank you so much to Nana Valajam. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying our show today, please consider supporting the artists by making a donation via e-transfer or PayPal to ensemble.topaz@gmail.com. This link is also available on our Facebook page, and any amount is appreciated. And thank you so much for supporting the artists at this time. And now moving on to our next artist. Returning as a performer for this week's edition of Global Rhythms Live World Music and Dance Digital Concert is Ensemble Topaz's co-director, Paramita. Paramita holds a PhD in dance studies from York University and currently works as a full-time dance artist with a base in Toronto and also traveling internationally and throughout Canada. Originally from India and trained in classical Indian dance from a young age, Paramita's journey with several diverse world dance forms began in Toronto when she was studying at York University Dance Department. She has performed in Canada, United States, India, Netherlands, and the Czech Republic, and has held grants from the Ontario Arts Council, the Canada Council for the Arts, and the Shastri Indo-Canada Fine Arts Fellowship for Dance. She currently holds a grant from the Ontario Arts Council for professional development in Iranian dance. We'll now watch Paramita's first dance. What a beautiful dance from Paromita. What can you tell us about this dance that we just saw?
So, this is a dance called Ulk Bahar, which means the very beginning of spring. And this is actually not my choreography. This is a choreography by Mashura Talibovna of Uzbekistan. And she choreographed this in her signature style. She has a basis in the Fergana style of Uzbek dance, and she choreographed this as definitely a slightly more contemporary work. So it's something I would classify as modern or contemporary Uzbek style. And yeah, I've had the honor of, so this is one of the really great things that happened during this pandemic is the opportunity to actually continue our work forward by taking a moment to learn and to add to our repertoire. So one of the fabulous things that did happen during this year was that I had the opportunity to actually train under several teachers from around the world, including several in Central Asia, and one of them was Mashura Talibovna, who I had the opportunity to learn under her through a program called the Eurasia Virtual Academy. And it's primarily teachers based in Uzbekistan. So this is one of the repertoire pieces added in during this pandemic time. So I thought I would just, I would just celebrate that a little bit. So it's called Ulk Bahar in the very beginning of spring. And I do have another piece coming up for you, which is actually in the Indian style. So this upcoming piece, it is my choreography. And before we go into it, I'd like to sort of give a little bit of context about the style and about what I was trying to do in that piece. So this piece is actually based on a very, very well-known, celebrated classic of Indian cinema. The movie was called Sahib Bibi Aur Ghulam. And this particular piece it's only an excerpt, so it's not the full dance. It's only a short excerpt. But to me, this piece draws upon something very central to our Indian performing arts aesthetic traditions, and that is hitting at the emotion, the theory of rasa, the idea of expressing emotion, experiencing emotion, and also expressing emotion. So this piece is about a lady who's telling her husband to not go tonight. It's based on a story where the husband would leave every night to go outside of the home, and she's expressing just her desire that he stays on in the house. And in the movie, it was definitely a beautiful, very, very powerful interpretation. It's an old movie from the 1970s. And in my interpretation, I give it a little bit of a different, slightly different quality from the movie. So this is a very short excerpt. So yeah, here it is. It's called Na Jao Saiya.
Na jao saiya chudha ke baiya कसम तुम्हारी मैं रो पड़ूंगी न चल रहा है सुहाग मेरा जो तुम न होगे तो क्या करूंगी न जाओ सैया चुरा के बैया कसम तुम्हारी मैं रो पड़ूंगी ये बिखरी जुल्फे ये खिलता गजरा ये महकी चुनरी ये मन की मदरा ये बिखरी जुल्फे ये खिलता गजरा ये महकी चुनरी ये मन की मदरा ये सब तुम्हारे लिए है प्रीतम मैं आज तुमको न जाने दूंगी जाने न दूंगी न जाओ सैया छुड़ा के बैया कसम तुम्हारी मैं रो पड़ूंगी
Wow, another amazing dance from Paramita, this time in an Indian style. And We have one last performance by Paramita today. What can you tell us about the next piece?
So the next piece is it's in the Central Asian styles, but a combination of Tajik and Afghan dance styles. The dress is Tajik because this song is actually shared heritage between Tajikistan, Afghanistan, and also Iran. But it's very, very well loved in Afghanistan, and it's sung, this particular recording of it, it's based on poetry of Omar Khayyam. And this rendition of it is sung by Shabnam Surayo, who is from Tajikistan. And this was actually one of the first choreographies I had in this style. So I'm just bringing it back for the show today. I hope you enjoy.
پیمان دیده که خمار هستم پیمان دیده که خمار هستم من عاشقی چشمی مستی یار هستم من عاشقی چشمی مستی یار هستم بیده بیده که خمار هستم پیمان دیده که خمار هستم گل رون
And thank you, Paramita, and thank everyone out there for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed today's edition of Global Rhythms World Music and Dance Digital Concert, streamed from the living rooms of our artists and from Studio Topaz right here in our living room. Now, this is our last show from this venue, this iteration of Studio Topaz, but Global Rhythms will continue in the coming weeks. Please support our artists by making a donation to our PayPal or through e-transfer, and you can do that with by just using the email ensemble.topaz@gmail.com. In the coming weeks, we will continue to feature artists from around the world performing traditional and innovative artistic material. Please stay updated by following our Facebook page as well as our Instagram. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can also watch Global Rhythms. You'll also find the links to the wonderful artists who joined us today through especially our Instagram page.
Thank you so much.
And we thank you for joining us in our journey, and we hope you'll join us in the future.